Invite
Next
me to the
topic
wedding.
is American Made making their way. All right, so I know we a couple episodes ago we talked about is American Made the gold standard, and we've seen recently they've been kind of pushing that more. The Creed brothers had a epic match with the War Raiders for the tag titles, right? Really good match with a really good ending where they didn't just beat them or lose. They did that whole smash them with the titles and stand over them. And then Ivy Nile, she's got the same play going with Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria. Um, do we see them holding gold by the end of WrestleMania season? And then with Chad Gable, with his whole Luchador quest, um, is Gable gonna hold gold any time within 2025? JT.
I think American Made is like stepping up a little bit. I do like them all individually, and Chad Gable, he definitely deserves some kind of title, like whether it's mid card or even the world heavyweight if they can like book him correctly. So I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe like they're just not gonna put a title on Gable at this point because it's like they come close to doing it, and then like they take him in a completely different direction.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, it's like we were talking about with Jay earlier. Like, there's only so many times you could burn them before they just don't, they don't make it. And it's even harder when you make them do a heel turn. And um, and I mean, all I gotta say about this is when Gable comes back for his Luchador quest, he better be pulling some Luchador ass moves out, bro. If you
Yeah,
want him to succeed, he better be fucking
that,
throwing some crazy ass luchador ass moves out, and he better at least be beating like Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio with it. I know they ain't gonna make him beat Penta, but I mean, it's if he comes back, it's make or break. Either he starts hammering some luchadors down with some luchador moves, combined with some American wrestling, Olympic wrestling moves in the same match, or he's done. But if he's done, America Made's done. So it's very important that they get this guy right because he's got three other people, under him they go together or they go wayside together. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Iceberg?
yeah, I think he's the main leader there. Don't get me wrong, the other guys they're growing, getting solid. Like you said, great tag match. But Chad is he's the one that needs to be pushed the hardest. Is he gonna get a belt? That's so tough to say because do you give it to him before Penta? Like you said, I mean, they bring in Penta in with so much momentum that eventually he's got to do, something. I think it's a great though that they paired him up with Chad Gable because we're gonna get some great matches. We already got a couple of decent matches with him. And that'd be a nice wrinkle in his game if he did come back with some lucha libre, some moves, little bit of bouncing around the ring a little bit, which he's capable of doing. It, man. I think Chad's such a like a like a stud in the ring, man. I mean, he could do it all. He's a student of the game. Um, obviously, it reminds us so much of Kurt. Um, but if I ever see him go heel again, I know he's kind of a heel right now. Don't get me wrong. But I think for him to really get pushed over his edge, man, is he got to go off and like hurt people like the old Kurt Angle did. When he was just giving out ankle locks and nobody could stop him. Refs were in the ring trying to pull him apart, and he was just a machine. I
Yeah,
mean, you know what I
they
mean?
still got
So
him in that like he's a heel, but he's still like
he's a
you know
comedy relief.
yeah, it's a comedy relief, and I could see them even doubling down on that. To be honest, I could see him coming back with like a luchador mask and shit. Which I mean, it's not an L, but like you said, eventually he's got to get to that point where people take him seriously.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
man.
and the best way to do that is have him just finally snap.
So
You
you know it'd
know,
be awesome. You just reminded me. You said with a mask and stuff. Remember? I don't know if you remember this. I do. I was a attitude error fanatic. Um, the old Patriot. I don't know if you remember that character, the Patriot. He used to go up against the Hart Foundation. He was a bigger guy, but he had that Patriot mask, and he looked like a lucha libre. That'd be so dope if Gable brought that back, man. You know,
oh, okay,
look
yeah.
up the Patriot from WWE. He had a short run. He was getting pushed before Stone Cold
More like
was.
Mr. America.
Well, like Hulk Hogan when he was Mr. America.
I think that was Hogan. I couldn't tell.
It was the same. It was the same.
Just playing. Remember they're trying to
Yeah,
get that off. Like they had him take that lie detector test and all that. That was
yeah. I remember that. I remember that. That
like
was
when it
awesome.
was obviously Hogan.
Yeah, but there you go. Yeah, he had like a more. I thought he had like another patriotic mask, but I guess it was like that. But just saying though,
He also had this one too, which was really funny. He had this one, and then he had this one. This one's the most funniest one.
there you go. Yep. Yeah. No, yeah. So I'm saying, man, if Gable came back with like some gimmick like that while he's fighting these lucha libres, man, that'd be dope. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick. But you'd have to do it like you'd have to do it more along these lines, right? You'd have to do it
Yep.
more serious.
Yep.
And have him just like I mean, this guy won a title. Like the Patriot
Yeah.
won some titles. Oh, let's see. The Patriot
Yeah. He had
World
a real
Championships.
he had a rivalry with the Hart Foundation, Canada versus America. And that was like in between the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart stuff. That was in between Stone Cold and he was running it. He was like, I think not a lot of people knew about him because WCW, that's when WCW was kicking ass, is when he was, on the other side of that. He was during the 83 weeks. But I don't know what happened to him. He was there for like 2 years. I don't know what happened to him, though.
So he was there from 91 to 92 in WWF.
Yeah.
He didn't win any championships with WWF, probably because Bret Hart's and the Hart Foundation was running shit. But in 1994 and 5, he went to WCW
Without the
and
mask, probably, right?
yeah, and no, I think he did have the mask.
Oh, okay.
I can't be sure. Yeah, he did. He had the mask, just a different one, and he won. They feuded. They got a tag team, Stars and Stripes. Marcus Bagwell feuded with Pretty Wonderful for the tag titles. The two teams battled for the titles for several months. 1 week after losing titles at the Fall Brawl, Stars and Stripes defeated Pretty Wonderful. So yeah, they had a couple.
But he
They
was
had
back. He went back to WWF, right? 96, 97?
to regain the titles. He won it like 2 or 3 times in WCW. And then 97, 98, he went back to the WWF. Yeah,
See,
here
that's
you
where
go.
I knew him.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, here's the feuds with the Hart Foundation. It doesn't say they won the titles there with that.
I'm not positive if he won any titles, but he was because I think the titles at the time, Michaels had it, or I'm not
Well, he
positive.
did challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship to Hart.
Yeah. Okay. So Bret Hart had it. Yeah. Okay. Because then Stone Cold came around, and then the Montreal Screwjob.
They didn't give the mid card titles just to anyone. They gave it to the guys that were next up.
He challenged Bret Hart for the world title, but then he ended up tearing his triceps.
Oh.
And had it and was replaced by Steve Blackman in 1997 at Survivor Series. And I think at that point he just, they were like, all right, we're done with you. Like we're moving on.
Yeah.
So unfortunate, but as far as championships, exactly, he was a 2-time tag team championship champion with WCW.
With Buff Bagwell.
Yeah, Marcus Bagwell, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Marcus Bagwell is
Yeah,
Buff
Marcus
Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell, yeah.
Yeah, Buff Bagwell was when he was
That's
with
crazy. Buff
WCW.
and fucking Patriot is a wild ass tag team,
Was
dude.
he the Patriot in WCW?
Nah, he couldn't have been. I think he had his mask off, bro.
Who? Nah, because Patriot WCW here. Hold on, right here. Patriot WCW. Hold on. This is him with the fucking championship title. He did.
Where-
He did take his mask on and off.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, okay. Because I don't remember him with the mask
Hold
in
on. Check
WCW.
this.
But
I'm gonna
Yeah,
show you this.
he's only had 3 names: Del Wilkes, the Patriot, and
Yeah,
the Trooper.
Wilkes. Yeah, Wilkes. But look. So here's him with his mask off, right, in WCW. But check this
yeah,
out. Hold on,
gotcha.
because I just seen a photo of him with the title, and he had his mask on.
Okay. Well, if he's got the mask in his hand right there in WCW, then yeah, he actually did wear it. That was his gimmick all the time. I thought that was just something he did in WWF.
Nah.
All right.
What's this title right here? What's this title right here?
Looks like
I can't tell. I don't
hold
think it's
on.
the World Championship though. That one's definitely not the
No,
World
no, no,
Championship.
no. He
Yeah.
didn't win no world. But he won some other stuff like Hall
Maybe
of
that
Fame.
is the
The US title,
tag
maybe?
title. No, I think it's because he's only won the tag title.
WCW, the Patriots. So WCW tag titles. Let's look at this. WCW tag titles 1994. What they look like? Images.
And we're talking more about the Patriot than we are American made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but here's Stars and Stripes. Pretty Wonderful and Stars and Stripes, 1994. Isn't that what we just read? He was in WCW against Pretty Wonderful. That's buffing him. Yeah, he got the mask. That's
Nice.
it. That's WCW right there. Isn't it?
I think so. I don't know.
Oh, that's main event, so that's WWE.
No, I think WCW had a main event though, right?
It looks like a WCW decal and stage set.
Yeah, I think WCW had a show called Main Event too.
Yeah, this is them for sure. Yeah. Is that did it show that? Did it show them in this one right here? Oh, wrong one. Hold on. I was clicking the wrong tab. My bad.
Yeah.
Shit. Like I'm looking at shit and you're like, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
what the
like,
fuck you guys
from what I
talking
see,
about.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Good looking. All right, right here. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
that's definitely some
WCW.
WCW. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so he wore the mask as the Patriot there.
All right. Well, Chad Gable needs to come out with that mask when he's fighting these lucha libres, man.
Yeah, for sure. This is Chad. Run that mask when you come back for Penta. All right,
Right,
Gable. Right here.
right.
You're the new Patriot.
Oh man, and you know what'd be funny is you have a mask and it'll be like whoever loses got to take their mask off, but it'd be funny because it's like
You
you already
already
know.
know Chad Gable's.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. It'd be a mask match. There you go.
Old Perk Patriot.
Yeah,
And you
hell
rip
yeah.
his mask off and like he really evolves and changes. Like he's so offended that you ripped his mask off that he like turns into this brutal character who wins every title in that WWE.
Yeah. Well, if they want to keep him a joke, he could do something like that. He could come out.
Like
With
he can't win a title with his own name, but when he becomes
Right.
like this luchador or whatever, he just wins every title.
yeah, he's undefeated with the mask on.
And then this team talks him into confidence. You don't need the mask. He's
Right.
like Alpha Academy 2.0 now. Then you don't
Yeah.
need the mask, and he takes it off and he loses the title, and he's like, I can't believe you guys talked me into this. Yous
And
were
then,
against me the whole time. And he turns on American Made.
Yeah.
and
It's
then
just a
gets a new
perpetual
group,
cycle of fucking comedy failure for Chad Gable.
and then he just
Ace
brings
is
a new group
destiny.
in to replace them.
Oh my god. I would be like, dude, I need out of the WWE at that point.
He goes
Yeah.
back to the Alpha Academy.
Yeah. What's even worse is if he loses to the Alpha Academy. Oof. Gives the title to Otis.
God,
Oh,
He
talk
wins
about
the world
burying a
title, and
character.
Otis takes it.
oh
Yeah.
boy.
Talk about burying a character, man. They bury his ass for that.
I mean, they gave Otis the Money in the Bank, so he might have lost it, but still.
Yeah.
Let me let's go on to that next topic real quick. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but let's take a look at this women's intercontinental title picture, right? We got Lyra